Hey, have a great MicroManDay. Hope you're having one too. I just found some more of my Microman. I'm trying to get them all together. So I'm taking out the figures. We already did a Baron thing. This is the Endeavor. Dean's in another one. Oh, here's one of those pieces that, well, I have parts of them, but it's got a magnet piece right here. Here's one in his sarcophagus, which I haven't put on the computer yet. I'm also trying to put them all into a Excel file so I can have them in case I'll lose access to Google, which I've already done. I can't get those. So let's take a look at what we got here for today, because I need some help. All right, so I know who this is. It's the metallic version of the very first series, and it's, wow, it's really dusty. I think his name is Walt, but I can't remember all their names. I can remember my favorite one, but they all have kind of a Egyptian thing going on. He's got like a horse head, basically. So there's one figure. This is from the 1999 series. This is my favorite, Edison. I think we already talked to him previously. He looks like a bug. Here's another one. I think he's Odin. But he's a secret breaster, so they're supposed to have like a, kind of like Zartan, where you touch his chest and it changes colors and it reveals who he is or whatever. He's also, the chrome is really problematic for coming off like right there. So I haven't been like touching his, anyway, it's just that it comes off really easy, unfortunately. So let's stick with the 1999 theme. Again, here's Arthur from the movie series. And I found one of their couriers, but that is definitely not his hands. I think I remember one of their hands broke, unfortunately. And so my green one's my favorite because he's green. They got these really cool feet. I love these, the way these look. They look like in the American version. They got the couriers backwards in America. This is a courier 2 in America. But in Japan, the courier 1 was our courier 2 and vice versa. And they were the ones with the big balls in their hands, and they look like this, kind of. So they got them backwards over there. So the next series, which I don't have you with me, are the ones with the wings. So just letting you know. Let's see if I have any more 1999 series, and it looks like I don't. All right, so now we're going to go to something called Micronauts. Now, Palisades, I think that's how you pronounce it. They did their best, but their best was just terrible for Series 1. Here's some of the ones I have that aren't broken. Watch me break them on camera. Microman and the original Micronauts and the original Microman figures were taller, and you'll see some more Microman in a minute. These are 8 centimeters tall. These are 10 centimeters tall, which is 1/18 scale. The reason these are shorter, according to Paul's website, is they are descendants of the Micro Hoodmen, which were smaller. They look like Oompa Loompas, really, is what I always thought they looked like. Not just because they're shorter, but they just look like it. I don't have one here I'd show you. They had the helmets like Galactic Defender had. So here's one of these space gliders in black and blue. Now, they did some interesting colors when they read them. They didn't just redo the Micronauts. They gave them brand new colors, which was, I was thankful that they give them that eye of detail. Because, if we want the originals, at that time, it was pretty much easy to get them. Because back then, eBay was a new thing. People weren't trying to, sell you like something this small for like $200. If you try to buy this on eBay right now, it's not worth it, but it's like $125. I was like, are you kidding me? So I was thinking I want to fill in some gaps, because when I bought the first wave, I got burned out too from finding them constantly breaking. So it made me hesitant to buy the second wave. So I do need to fill in some gaps for the second wave, but at those prices, I'm not even talking about this. The Magno figures, like Baron Karza. There was the Lord Emperor or something like that. Emperor something. The green and white version, I was like, I know I don't have that one. I looked on eBay. Oh, $450? Are you kidding me? Oh, no. We're not doing that. I'd rather give my money to something worthy like missionaries. Now, I can tell he's already broken from looking at this, but if you just leave him alone, he'll be fine. But right there, you can tell that he's got no plastic right there. So that little divot right there is barely holding on by a thread, like almost literally. This is one of my favorite characters, is Membros. I just thought the aliens were so cool. When I hear people go, the infamous aliens, I'm like, what are you babbling about? They were the coolest figures, in my opinion. They were the first ones that weren't from Japan. They were actually created by, Micronauts creators. And then the artist for the covers was the same guy that did the Kiss covers. They just looked really cool. Like this one, I don't know what he is. He's like a brain that's inside out or something. It's just really cool. This one's a clear yellow version. The original one had... mostly red, more like Iron Man colors. Speaking of which, I wanted you to see like what they look like side by side with them, because he guys in the same scale basically. And then moving on to some more of the American things, we have Time Traveler. I just put the golden wings on him. He didn't come with those, but he had golden parts. The original Time Travelers like this had silver. Another weird thing. I thought this was strange. How do you get this wrong? The cuffs are on backwards on every single one of these. I don't know how you can get that backwards. The cuffs are supposed to be flaring out toward see how if you look at it two-dimensionally, it's a trapezoid, where the top is bigger than the bottom. Well, it's exactly the opposite on the real ones. That's how you could tell the real ones from the fake ones. I'll show you in a real one in a minute. I'll talk about it. And then on wave 1.1, well, let me just show you right now. 1.5, sorry. This is a 1.5, I think, because it's glow in the dark. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. The medic was the one. Well, they got the cuffs right on this, or I fixed it. I can't remember which one it is, but he has glow in the dark parts, and he's got smoky, translucent body. So I like him a lot. And I think he's an exclusive. I mean, I looked all these up last night. It's hard to remember. Here's one with the cuffs drawn correctly. So you can see the difference. This is a blue Time Traveler. I don't think this is the original one, though, is it? If they were original, they'd be a lot more yellow than that. And we're getting so close to the things that I can't remember what they are. Okay, so here is my favorite. It's a pharoid. This is actually not, well, I say that. It's got an American, the American ones had this. And the Japanese ones had something totally different on theirs. So it's hard to remember which ones are which at this point. But I love the translucent blue and I absolutely love pharoid. I think it was part of Series 2, which I definitely got all those anyway, because even if they had the crappy figures, the cases look great. So I think they had them on clearance because people were like, oh, they already ordered them. And they were like, well, where are they going to get rid of these? So I think I got them on clearance too. That was a nice thing. And they only sold them at like the video store, Suncoast. Here's the red one. Yeah, I think these are the American ones. I do have the Japanese ones too, because they came out years before that. Speaking of Japanese, we never got these because in America, we never got them anyway. I don't know why. I think, oh, American boys don't want to play with girls. All right, whatever. I always wanted the marionette figure. I'm an exception, not the rule. But this is, I don't know which one she is. I think it's Anne. A-I. They all start with A. They come in an American Statue of Liberty case. So that's kind of interesting. Each one of these had different themes. Like they either had the Egyptian theme, or they had an Eastern Island head, or they had a tiki statue. Those all start with the letter T. And then the ones that came with the Statue of Liberty case all start with the letter A. Like Anne, A-I, Amy, I don't know. But they're very, the Japanese love alliteration, let me put it that way. So this is a repro. It's not one of the original 70s, of course. It's a repro of that. It was actually sold in 1999 or 2000. And now here's some of the, I think they're called Rescue. I didn't have this one last night. It was in here. I forgot all about this one. I'll show you an open one in a minute, but he's red. And this one is confusing. It should be Blackie, but Blackie has yellow where this one has white. So I'm so confused of which one this is. It's a repro. I don't have any of the original Microman from Japan. But, well, not, I do, but it's not any of these kind. It's bigger things. But I would like to know if you know anything about this, because if it's Blackie, he's supposed to have yellow trousers, yellow hands, or at least I know he has yellow trousers and yellow legs. But I couldn't find it. And Micro Forever is a fantastic site, but over years, our computers must have gotten bigger because the pictures on there look so tiny compared to what we used to see. And it could be that, over time, it's the archive version and not the original version. Or it may just be that we were happy with that back then, and now we have such high-speed internet. We're like, bigger, better, bigger. So, don't know. Here's one of the backpacks for the space gliders. It goes in all their bags. They all have like these holes in their bags that are 5mm ports, which are also used by Transformers now. It's a lot of fun to do these. You push it and it pops out. And in case you missed that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was too fast. So you push it down, push the button, and they pop out. It's a fantastic feature. Came with the original American ones that I got. Loved them when I was a kid. So that's just a little catch up of what's going on in the world of Microman in my universe. I just wanted to make sure you know that Microman and Micronauts, you'll never be forgotten here. And if you're a Microman and Micronaut forever, you're a collector like me, please join up with me, sub to me every Monday. I hope to produce some information, even if it's just something tiny like this. This is nothing that big, just to keep on pushing Microman out there into the world, because I love it and I want more people to know about it. I'm just sharing what I love. Have a great day. Have a great and magnificent MicroManDay.